Hello everyone, and welcome back to another PC port review. I recently finished Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3, so it's time that we took a good look at how well they did with this port. The full playthrough took me about 44 hours, and if you're looking for a Rebirth 1 or Rebirth 2 review, you can also use this video, because the three games use the exact same game engine and play exactly the same. So they feel much more like three parts of the same game than they are distinct games. Moving on with the graphics options, this game lets you do 1080p and smooth 60 FPS. You can't unlock the frame rate to go higher, unfortunately. I didn't notice any major frame rate drops during my playthrough, except a few occurrences with existing bugs that caused the game to go all wonky, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. You can go full screen windowed or borderless windowed, but there are no other graphical options available. You can switch between English and Japanese audio, but you only have access to the English text and not Japanese. Although, if you're listening to this, I'm not sure why you would care about that either way. The localization is pretty solid on this one as well. There are a lot of phrases that were liberally translated, shall we say, but I can understand why they needed to do that, because the Neptunia games in particular make a lot of references and jokes to niche Japanese culture, publishers, and developers. So if they went with a very literal translation, there would be a lot of jokes that we simply might not understand. The load times are excellent on this, as you would expect out of a PS Vita game port. That is to say, very, very fast. Controllers are also fully supported. I played with the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, and PS4 controllers, and they all work just fine. I've also played the keyboard and mouse, with the keyboard and mouse for several hours, but I highly discourage you from doing this. A part of this is due to the fact that your camera controls are bound to the keypad on the right, but your confirm, cancel, and jump buttons are bound to J, K, and L. And during combat and even during exploration phases of the game, you need access to your camera controls, your directional controls, and the confirm, cancel, and jump buttons all at the same time. Obviously, you can't do this with just two hands unless you're some sort of a weird mutant. But, you know, like I said, you can still play it with the keyboard. I just don't recommend it. This port is also fully Steam integrated, so cloud saves, achievements, trading cards, you got all three. So let's head back and talk about that frame rate related bugs that I just mentioned. I looked online a little bit, and apparently there is a memory allocation bug with this port. If the game ever goes over 2 gigs of RAM or 3 or whatever it is, then strange things start happening, like assets and animations not being loaded and just showing a black box. You can see this happening in one of my other videos on the same channel. If you leave the bug be and just continue playing, then eventually the game will just straight up crash. I don't think this problem will affect too many players because it only seems to crop up after you play for an extended period of time to build up that RAM usage, memory leak. I've personally had to deal with this bug quite often since I streamed this game on Twitch, and each stream, goes well over 2 or 3 hours. But it's nothing that a quick restart can't fix, so it's not game breaking. Rebirth 3 is probably the strongest entry in the Rebirth trilogy, and part of the reason why I say that is because of the new character introduced in Rebirth 3, Plutia. Plutia is kind of a tame, slow, and soft-spoken girl that ironically transforms into a whip-wielding, bondage-wearing, sadistic dominatrix type of character. So that obviously keeps things very interesting. That's about it. Thank you guys for watching. If you're interested, check out my full playthrough of this game on this channel. And see you guys in the next PC port review. Oh, and subscribe and like and go to my Twitch channel. No, seriously, just do that. It helps me out a lot.
お邪魔いたしますわ。悪いわね、急に来ちゃって。迷惑だったかしら。全然そんなことないですよ。なんとなくそんな気がして、多めにおやつ作っておいてよかったです。おお、気が利くねコンパ。さすが私の娘だよ。違うよ、私の子だもんね。二人ともあんまりお母さんって感じはしないですけど。ブランさん、どうしたんですか？ずっと黙ったまんまで。やっぱりもっと成長してから女神になればよかった。そんな、ほら、アイエフさんの方は全く成長してなかったりしますし。それは私には成長する見込みもないということ。違います。そういうことが言いたいんじゃなくて。ほーらネプコ、くだらないこと言ってコンパを困らせるんじゃないわよ。あ、愛ちゃんもいたんだ。ただいまー。ただいまーじゃないわよ。またバカなことしてプルルート様に迷惑かけてないでしょうね。してないよ。ひどいな愛ちゃん。私にはいつも厳しくて、プルルに対する態度とは大違いなんだもん。IF ちゃん、私もネプちゃんみたいにプルコとか呼んでほしいんだけど。とんでもないです。プルルート様はプルルート様です。はい。プルーいいな、ネプちゃんだけ。そう？私はプルルンの方が羨ましいけどな。IF さん、今日はお仕事じゃなかったんですね。確かプラネティウヌの諜報部に勤めてるんだっけ？はい。と言ってもイストワールの情報収集を手伝ってるくらいで、大した仕事はしてませんけど。そんなことないですよ。私なんてまだ看護学校を卒業できてないのに、愛ちゃんはもう立派に働いてて。だから大したことじゃないって。いやー、ほんと立派になったもんだよ。あのド S プルルンにビビっておもらししてた愛ちゃんがちゃんと社会人してるなんて。してないわよ、おもらしなんか。私が覚えてないのをいいことに勝手なこと言わないでよね。あら、してませんでしたっけ？してたような、してないような。私はしてたような気がするけど。実は私もよく覚えてなくて。どっちなの？っていうか、してたとしたらみんなの見てる前で。ごめんね、私が怖がらせちゃったから。そんな、私がおもらし？バカになっちゃってかわいい。うるさい！バカバカバカ！ただいま帰りました。皆さんいらっしゃってたんですね。大きな声が外まで聞こえたから何事かと思いました。